Hello everybody, getting ready to do lesson 1.3 part 2 today for grade 6 math. You got 18 points on your classwork sheet. Have your classwork sheet out in front of you now. 2 points going to your notebook or your notebook guide. Have that ready. Students, put your name, date, period here on your Droid, your tablet, your Apple, your SmartBook, your Chromebook, your paper. Okay, so let's go right into page 1. We got a notebook entry here. Explore activity 2, and here's our standards for the day. Comparing absolute values. You can use absolute values to compare negative numbers in real world situations. So this is just to tell you that negative numbers are very useful in everyday life. Let's go right into our first example of the day here. Maria, Susan, George, and Antonio check their credit card balances on their smartphones. The amounts owed are shown, so you owe this, 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 and this. And they are owned by, we're going to see, this is Susan's here. This is George. This is Antonio, and then this is Maria. So answer the following questions. When you have finished, you will have enough clues to match each smartphone with the correct person. Okay, remember, when somebody owes a positive amount of money, this means that he or she has a negative balance. So Maria's credit card, we're talking about, here's Maria. Balance is less than $30. Does Maria owe more than 30 or less than 30? So if she has a credit card balance, and these are their credit card balances here, you owe, you owe, you owe, and you owe. Maria's credit card balance is less than $30. It's actually $45. Does Maria owe more than $30 or less than $30? So she owe more or less than $30, students? The question is, she owes more than 30. She owes 45. That's more than 30. Okay, so moving on here to page 3, and this is what these people owed before. Susan owed 20, George owed 25, Antonio owed 30, and then Maria owed 45. So now, part B here, Susan's credit card balance is greater than negative 25 now. Now she owes more than 25. Does Susan owe more than 25 or less than 25? And that's a question, students, you can ponder about. And then part C, George's credit card balance is $5 less than Susan's balance. So he owes less, $5 less. Does George, here's George, does George owe more than Susan or less than Susan? So that's the question there. And up here, does Susan owe more than 25 or less than 25? She owes less than 25 because Susan's credit card balance is greater than negative 25, which means it's a negative of a negative. And does George owe more than Susan or less than Susan? More than Susan is what George owes. Okay, moving on here to page 4. And we're still dealing with our cell phone notification of our credit card balances. Part D here, Antonio. Antonio owes $15 less than Maria owes. This means that Antonio's balance is blank than Maria's balance. So we need to know that is greater than. Antonio owes $15 less than Maria. This means that Antonio's balance is greater than Maria's balance. And write each person's name underneath his or her smartphone. Students, go ahead and write these out for these numbers, 20, 25, 30, and 45. Which is which here? Teachers, you can wait for a minute or two for students to write the name underneath how much is owed. And over here for the $20 is Susan, 25 is George, Antonio is 30, and Maria is 45. So that are the amount. Those are the amounts there. Maria takes the cake here for owing the most money. Antonio owes $15 less. That gives him a $30 debt. So this means that Antonio's balance is greater, means that he has more positive money than Maria does. So there you go. Let's go on to our next page here, page 5, which is classwork explore activity 2. Now we're going to think about what we've done. Number 11, analyze relationships. Use absolute value to describe the relationship between a negative credit card balance and the amount owed. So use absolute value to describe that. The amount owed is the absolute value of the balance. So it gives you the amount of money that you owe. You don't say I owe negative $10. You say I owe $10. You don't say I owe negative $10. And then another essential question here is, when is the absolute value of a number equal to the number? When does that happen? Students, teachers, everybody? When is the absolute value of a number equal to the number? When the number is non-negative or when the number is positive. A positive number is equal to its absolute value. So moving on here, page 6. So focus on higher order thinking. Communicate mathematical ideas. Does the negative of absolute value of negative 4 equal the negative of negative 4? Justify your answer for that one for 13. And no, it does not. The negative of absolute value of negative 4 equals negative 4. The negative of 4 is negative 4. And then the absolute value of the negative of negative 4 equals 4. So it equals 4. So does this justify, and then this is the justification up here, does the negative of the absolute value of negative 4 equal the negative absolute value of the negative of negative 4? So it's a little confusing here. This equals negative 4. This equals 4. So they do not equal each other. And our next question here, Angelique says that finding the absolute value of a number is the same as finding the opposite of the number. For example, the absolute value of negative 5 equals 5. Explain her error. Teachers, give your students about 5 minutes to write complete sentences here. And then after you give them 5 minutes, let's go through the answer here. Angelique's technique only works if the original number is negative. The absolute value of a non-negative number is equal to the number itself, not its opposite. So I hope everybody has that clear. Number 3 here, Leo, Gabrielle, Sania, and Tomas are playing a video game. Their scores are described in the table below. So here are their scores. Leo, Gabrielle, and Sania. Less than 100 points for Leo. 20 more points than Leo for Gabrielle. 50 points less than Leo for Sania. What is going on there? Part A. Leo wants to earn enough points to have a positive score. Does he need to earn more than 100 points or less than 100 points to have a positive score for Leo? Does he need more? He needs more than 100, right? Negative 100 and 100 would be 0. So he needs like 105 points or something. And then Gabrielle wants to earn enough points to not have a negative score. Gabrielle, which is 20 more points than Leo, which would be what? Does she need to earn more points than Leo or less points than Leo? Less than Leo. I mean, she could earn 80 and be ahead. 85, something like that. Leo needs at least 100, 105. And then Sania wants to earn enough points to have a higher score than Leo. 50 points less. Less than negative 100. Does she need to earn more than 50 points or less than 50 points? She needs way more than 50. She needs about like 150. So there you have it. That's our lesson for today. Animated PowerPoint math video at AOL.com for questions or course materials. Thank you very much.